Hello,
Okay.
hello. We're recording.
My
We're
bad.
recording. Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the You Thrive Everyday show. Here we show how thrivers thrive through through adversity, how they triumph. Okay, and today we have a very, very special guest because they're all special. We have a very special guest, and his name is Brandon. Brandon, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, and tell us your first name and what it is that you like to be called. First and last name and what you like to be called.
All right, all right. Well, my name is Brandon Norton. I am from Nashville, Tennessee. Like to call it the Music City. And I mean, you can call me B or Greatness, because I do music. So uh, you can call me Greatness. I want everybody to just call me Greatness from now on. Let's just get that into the world and have everybody used to calling me that.
Yes, I love it. All right, greatness. Be great. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nashville. So y'all just got blew the hell up not too long ago.
Right. Have my cell phone service a little sketchy. And see, I got T-Mobile, but apparently AT&T was having a tether off of our towers. So it was messing with my service.
Yes,
I was having
sir.
problems getting calls and sending texts and making calls and stuff like that. So man, it's just been
And
one.
so is it good now or what?
It's good now. I feel like it's about 80%. I give it about 80%. I still
Okay.
haven't had like my full bars since Christmas morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that's everywhere, like even in my house. I can I went down the street yesterday, not even like it's like a half a mile down the road, and lost service entirely. I couldn't make any calls or anything. Yeah,
My
it's
girlfriend was
crazy.
telling me, she was like, "Man, you on the phone? I ain't been able to use my phone." She said, "Finally on Wi-Fi, because she couldn't even use her phone on Wi-Fi. She's with AT&T. She said they sent her a notice like, your service is temporarily disconnected. Like motherfuckers ain't paying their bills. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I knew it. I heard about it. I don't watch the news and all of that.
yeah,
But I'm in the South. You know how that goes.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
talking about it, da, da, da. And then as soon as I said, "What buildings did they blow up?" And then when I heard, I was like, "Oh, okay." So
yeah.
this day bullshit. All right,
Exactly.
next.
Right. Let's just keep it moving.
All right, I ain't got to worry about my people out there because this is some
Yeah,
other bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So start off by telling us where you're born and raised at, and then who raised you.
Okay. Well, I was born in Jackson, Tennessee, and I moved up to Nashville when I was about 5. You know what I mean? About 5. So I pretty much grew up in Nashville, um, but I still spent a lot of time in Jackson as a youth. You know what I'm saying? And my parents raised me, my mom and dad. So we have like a blended family. I say off of technicality, I'm an only child, but I'm not because my dad had my brother and my mom had my sister when they met. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I got you.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
then,
the baby.
right, right, I'm the baby.
Mm,
Um, so I mean, it was a learning experience. It was, I guess, as an early age growing up because my dad has multiple sclerosis. You know,
um,
yeah. So I literally can remember my dad being able to walk normally. And he's got the aggressive form of it. So by the time I was like 9 or 10, he could not walk. You know, and so I just pretty much just watched him deteriorate, you know. And so having my mom is having both parents in the house, but my mom's more like mom and dad because she's got to do everything, and she's got to take care of my dad too. So it was tough. It was tough. I feel like I didn't fully understand it until now, being grown and just looking back on things and thinking about it. I feel like none of us knew how to handle that. That type of thing is a whole, man, it's a different beast in itself, actually, because I had to kind of think. I had to put myself in my dad's shoes for a second. You know what I mean? Like, to think of how depressed he was and what he was going through as a man, as the human being, you're supposed to be the provider and the protector, and you have this disease where you can't do any of that, and that had to be tough on him. And he didn't know how to handle it at first, you know. And I know my mom didn't. I don't. None of us did really, and so that would caused a lot of divide in the house growing up, And I feel like the age gap between my brother and I, my sister and I, like my sister just turned 40 back in October. My brother is pushing 40. I want to say he might be like 39, 38, 39. You know, um, he has a birthday coming up in March. Now I'm only 32. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it was a major age difference. And once they left the house, I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, because they never really came back. They never really came back that much.
They judged it. They was like, see ya.
Yeah, it was for real. Seriously, it was like, yo, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And um, so I had to deal with all of that by myself, and it was times where I really just I didn't want to be in the house, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I can remember, look, I had to go to a child psychologist a couple of times. You know what I mean? I had anger issues, you know what I'm saying? But it was like kind of mixed feelings at the same time, I guess. I guess an early form of depression, really, and nobody knew it. You wouldn't think a kid could be depressed, but you know what I'm saying? It was more like depressive, and I had like wrote a suicide note. You know what I'm saying? And they found the note. You feel me? I had freaking my
They
fifth
found the
grade.
note before you attempted it.
Yeah, they
Ah,
found the note
shit.
before I attempted. Yeah, yo, it was, but that wouldn't be
See,
the
you're
first
you're always preparing too soon.
right. Too soon, yo, too soon. And then I had to look. I had a hit list. The next year they found this hit list in my desk. You know what I'm saying? Now look though. In my defense, I don't remember writing that. I don't remember writing that down, but it was in my desk. You know what I'm saying? Whoever set me up, they had to drop on me because they put my name on it and everything. And I'm like, yo, come on, I know I'm a kid, but I'm smarter than this. I'm smarter than this. But I mean, still, you know what I'm saying? They had me. I ended up getting expelled from school, you know what I'm saying? Which it wasn't too bad, really, because it was only like a week left of school. So I just got a extra week of summertime. You know?
I always wondered that about school. Like even when I was little, you get into fights and stuff, and they suspend you. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, like this is great. Like I ain't gotta go to school.
Right.
Like it's
I didn't want to
punishment.
come
It's
anyway.
not.
Yeah,
It's really not.
exactly. It's not though. It's not. But I did.
Okay, so tell me about this journey because I say this shit all the time when I see depressed kids. I know when I see it, depressed kids, but you're right though. A lot of adults don't take that into consideration.
Yeah.
So at that time, I mean, besides the obvious, what is your mental state at this point? And like, what's going on that's making you so angry?
You know, mentally, I was thinking more so of I got to get out of the house. I felt like I couldn't do anything right. You know what I'm saying, for my parents, because I was always in trouble. you know, um, Look, I can tell you, I got a whooping one time. I was at school, we were playing basketball, and I had sprained my wrist. And so I had sprained it to the point to where if I had fell a little bit harder, it would have been fractured. And I wasn't supposed to be playing basketball, but I stayed after school and I was playing anyway because it didn't really hurt like that, you know? And so my mom like hit the corner to come pick me up and saw me playing. Oh man, you talk about talk about ass whoopings.
That's the
Oh
scariest feeling too. When you see Mom Dukes pulling up, your heart just drops to your ass crack like
just I'm telling you shit. I done fucked up. She got me. So, to me, I'm like, in my mind, that's just a sign of toughness. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do that. You know what I mean? Especially loving sports at that age. You know what I'm saying? That's the competitive nature right there. And then I got in trouble for it. So I was confused. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't do nothing wrong. I want to get out the house. I would literally call my grandmother and cry to my grandmother, talk to my grandmother about it. She used to try and tell me positive things. You know what I'm saying? Because oh man, when I say like I was dark, dark, you know what I'm saying? Like I real deal could have just fallen off a cliff and been straight. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like my dad being upset if I do something wrong, you know what I'm saying? Man, you be nothing but a little thug your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to be a little dumbass. No. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all
But
these
okay, that
different
was
things.
an example. What was another example of stuff that you just wasn't doing right?
So that's how I felt. I mean, I was doing everything right according to my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the normal kid like mischief, I might break something. You know what I mean? I might come in just a tad bit late. You know what I'm saying? When them lights come on, I might come in maybe 10, 15 minutes late. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just typical kid stuff. You know what I'm
I
saying? And
got you.
yeah, but it was just they took it to an extreme of where it's like, why are
Right.
you
It's like it's
really
not
just
that deep. Yeah.
right? Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I literally would just tell my grandma about it. That's the first time I ever heard my grandmother cuss. I promise. I promise. It was the first time I ever heard a cuss. You know what I'm saying? Because I had freaking what did I do that day? Oh, I cannot remember what I did that day, yo. I can't remember. But I do know. Oh, so I was using. All right. We didn't have any food in the house. Okay, it's the summertime, and I'm a kid, like 12, 13ish. You know what I mean? But I'm a kid, so I go in my mom's little change thing. She had a whole bunch of change, yo. Look, mom's was balling with the change. Okay, I know she had to have at least bare minimum like $200 in change. Okay, so I just borrowed $15 and bought a pizza. But I did this like every day. You know what I'm saying?
That shit
I,
add up.
it add up. It add up. And she noticed one day it was getting a little light. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was all types of thieves. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be trusted. You know what I mean? And I'm telling my grandma, like, yo, I mean, I didn't have any food in the house. I was just trying to eat. You feel me? I'm not really at that time. I didn't really think about the principle of all I had to do was ask her. You know what I'm saying? I was more so thinking like, it's my mom. I'm hungry. You know, she not gonna trip. I it wasn't that way. It wasn't that way. And my grandmother was like, that's a bunch of shit. Cause she hid her change thing. She hid it. So I could, yeah, for real, she hid it. So I couldn't get no more change to get no pizza or nothing. You know what I mean? But it wasn't nothing in the house. It literally was nothing in the house. You know what I'm saying?
So at this point, are you also responsible for some of his like caretaking at the time?
Yes. Yeah, we all did it together. Look, I learned how to put his scooter together. He's had ooh, maybe 4 or 5 different variations of the scooter. Um, but I learned how to put that scooter together at like 12, like 6, 7th grade, like 12, 13. And he had the kind where you take it out, you gotta put it's 2 batteries, you gotta connect the backside, the main battery, and the front of the scooter where you put the seat on with the little steering column or whatever. Put that together, put the batteries on, strap the batteries on, put the seat on, hook everything to the back motor, and then boom, you drive it up to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Isn't it amazing some of the stuff that we were doing young and like I couldn't imagine trusting a 12-year-old to put together my damn scooter. Like you got me like that. I'd be scared as hell.
Yeah,
You be like, they used to let me do that.
yeah, yeah. I had all of that. You know what I mean? But it changed the dynamic to where I felt like I didn't really have a childhood because I spent most of the time in the house. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really let me go nowhere. I ain't have no fly gear at all. You know what I'm saying? That was like on occasion type jump. You know what I'm saying? Um, freaking. Nobody spent the night at the crib.
Yeah.
I could barely go spend the night at other people's crib. You know what I'm saying, man? But I learned how to paint. I learned how to build things. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that was torture. Like in my mind, that's part of the reason why I hated it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you taking up all my time, having me do all this stuff that really, you know, you should be doing, but you can't.
Right. Like
You
that's not
know,
my job.
it's not my job. I just want to be a kid. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so I kind of resented them for that some. You know, outside the way they talked to me, like they never really. I got more negative projections than positive projections. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point to where when I did get something positive said to me, I was lost. You know what I'm saying? I kid you not, I was lost. Like in my mind, I'm like, but you just said I wasn't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
literally how I was thinking. Like, how you gonna tell me I can be great? But you literally just said I wasn't gonna be shit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's causing inner confusion.
Right, right. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And so, like as I got older, everything changed. I quit being like the sports person. You know what I'm saying? I love music, but I quit like all the bands and choruses, church choirs, all that was
How old
over.
were you at this point?
At this point, I was 13, going into high school. You know what I'm saying? It was over. It was over. And there was a point where my grandmother had gotten sick and went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So when they told me information back then, okay, for one, nobody ever tells me any like real serious family issues. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on who it is, I'll take it overboard. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma was like, man, my grandma was my lifeline. You know what I'm saying? She just meant everything to me. So when she got sick, I'm like, oh fuck it. If grandma gone, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I remember this particular day, I chickened out. I chickened out. Okay. I want this to be clear. I chickened out. But I had took the butcher's knife in the kitchen and I was about to stab myself. You know what I'm saying? I was literally about to
Hell
stab
yeah,
myself.
you chickened out. Damn, that's a hard way to go. Nigga, you ain't want to swallow no pills or nothing. Like, damn, we just about to stab ourselves.
Yeah,
Nigga,
yo,
you a Leo. That ain't happening.
it ain't happening. It ain't happening. And look, I promise, I was like right here, and I chickened out and went down and ended up stabbing myself in the thigh. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurt like a motherfucker. I don't know how the fuck I was gonna stab myself in the abdomen. That was not gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. Cause that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Just stabbing myself in the thigh. And you know, it's a lot of meat right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. But I didn't scream. I actually took the pain because I ain't want my mom to freak out on top of already freaking out about her mom. You know what I'm saying? And so I took the pain. It hurt, but you know, I wrapped it up and kept going. It didn't need stitches. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. Yeah, I had took some of the steam off of it. Okay. That's how much I had chickened out. I was trying to pull it back, but I had too much momentum coming in. I did. I had too much coming in. I stabbed the shit out of myself. That shit hurt. Right there, smack in the middle of my thigh. Seriously.
Thank God you ain't hit an artery.
I know,
Shit.
right? I know, right? You know what I'm saying? Man, but I
So they didn't know about this attempt because
nah,
you hit it.
yeah, yeah, I
And
hit it.
what was
Yo.
you putting on there to clean it?
Alcohol and peroxide. Hey,
Okay.
look, I just had to make sure it didn't need no stitches or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was good. It was deep. It took it a couple weeks to heal, but it wasn't stitch worthy.
No, I
But
got you.
I felt like it wasn't stitch worthy. It could have been.
I'm sitting here thinking, nigga, it was stitch worthy. Y'all ass just didn't want to tell nobody.
Ain't want to tell nobody, okay? Nobody. So, but yeah, you know, and freaking, I mean, that was just kind of like my downslide, you know what I'm saying? Like, grandma was okay, by the way. She was okay that time. It took her a while before she passed away, you know what I mean? But, yo, that time was like, damn, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? I guess I realized something was wrong with me, but didn't know what was wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it was like, shit, I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna do other shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's where writing music came from. You know what I'm saying? And that was a little bit like with my brother as well. Before he graduated high school, we would write with each other. Because he would do it with the basketball team for fun, but we would do it at home as like a little competition. Because at that time, I ain't know nothing about rapping, and I was sure like I could do it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean that between that and the streets, you know what I'm saying? The music, that was my refuge. You know what I mean? So I just went to like skipping school, hustling, you know what I'm saying? Jacking motherfuckers.
And how old are you at this point?
14.
Oh, this is a year later. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
progressed quickly.
Super quick. Super quick. Look, I'm telling you, from by the time, because I started smoking weed at the end of my 8th grade year. You know what I'm saying? So I had started smoking weed. And I had already skipped school in 7th grade, but I wasn't like a repeat offender. It was like oh, I got away with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it again. Cause I really didn't get away. I skipped on the wrong day. We had a track meet that day. It was the city championship. So when my parents pull up to the track meet where I'm supposed to be and I'm not there, they discover I ain't go to school. Yeah, so and they played me because they walked in the house like, how was school today? Oh, it was cool. It was good. So you didn't go to the track meet? I'm like, track meet? Yeah, they said you wasn't in school today. Just like that. And I'm like, you got me. I sure wasn't in school. I missed the bus. That was my excuse. I missed the bus and I ain't have no ride to take me to school. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yo, I didn't. We had everything going on in the house, right? As in seventh grade, they took me out of a magnet school and put me back in public school. I didn't want to go to the school to begin with, you know what I mean? And that was a transition for me because it was like I'm like telling them if you just leave me at this magnet school, I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna clean my act up. I'm gonna do my homework.
Look, and how many times had you said that shit?
It was the first time. It was the
Oh, okay.
first time, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I really was gonna do it because I was gonna play basketball. I was already on the basketball team at the magnet school. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna make sure I was on top of everything as far as my studies went. You
No,
know?
I got you because you like the basketball. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. But they didn't have any faith in me. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say that was the beginning of the end as far as our parent child relationship. You know what I'm saying? That was like the beginning of the end for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way through high school, probably up till when last time we was talking. What was that? Last year? Was that last
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Up through last year. You know what I'm saying? It was just, yo, I felt at that point in time, I felt like so defeated. You know what I'm saying? Because like here I am, I've never said anything like I'm a, you know, to get my grades together, anything like, because up until that point, my grades were all right. You know what I'm saying? I had time like sixth grade at the magnet school. I loafed. I did. I loafed. Okay. But it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So seventh grade was the year to get everything back on track. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I had planned for it. I had waited for it. You know what I'm saying? And they just ripped it all from me and then just like crushed all my little dreams of, you know, I can show you that I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do, you know. And so from there, like I said, seventh grade, once I got away with that, well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't really get away, okay, because it was the wrong day. But I would have got away had it had it been the right day. If it wasn't a track meet, I would have got away. Okay. But that was the only sport I played that year, seventh grade year. Track was the only sport I did because I didn't want to be at that school, and I only did track because the the track coach who also coached basketball and the football team was in my gym class, and he was watching us play basketball and stuff, and he was watching me run around, and he was like, "Yo, you should come do track," and I'm just like, "All right, whatever." You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really had the desire like that, but I
Right.
liked it. I liked it. You know what I mean? And that's the only sport I did. I played football for them the next year. Of course, I had to go to another school because they built another school. So that's two schools in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And then that year really went down. It really went down.
So you started selling drugs and you started ditching class. You're
Yeah.
doing drugs. So at this point, are we just smoking weed or what else? What other intoxicants are we doing at this point?
It was just weed. It was just weed at first, right? My first encounter with like some alcohol came in the summer before my sophomore year. And I was in the studio. It was my first time in the studio at my cousin crib. I was super nervous. And he gave me a shot of 211. It's the first time I ever had beer too. You know what I'm saying? But he gave me a shot of that 211. You know what I'm saying? That good old Steel Reserve. He like, yeah, don't tell your mom I gave you that either, but it's gonna calm your nerves. So I took that shot, you know what I'm saying? I hit that blunt and got in the studio and it was like cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like water. It flowed. You know what I mean? And I was on ever since then. Once I heard myself back on the speaker, I was like, cool, I could do this. I like how I sound. You know what I'm saying? But he saw what I didn't see because he would always tell me, you know, what I go through at the house, just write it down in song format. You know what I'm saying? Just put it on the paper. And I would never do that. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I draw from it. I draw from it. You know what I'm saying? But ooh wee.
And so, what do you mean? Because a lot of artists use that term. So, for us that are not, participating in that industry of creative arts on that level, what do you mean you draw from it? Like you draw from the emotion of it, or what do you mean?
Yeah, yeah. I draw from the emotion, the experiences. You know what I'm saying? With me, with songwriting, it's all about the vibe I get from the beat. If I don't get any type of vibe at all, I'm not doing nothing on the beat. I don't like it. But if I get some beats that give me like a kind of like a vibe where I need to vent, you know what I'm saying? And if there's not something traumatic going on right now, then I'll draw from that because it might be something that I haven't said about it that I need to release. You know what I'm saying? As I feel like even now, some of the stuff from my childhood still mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's still like I have a lot of confidence issues sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I say sometimes because there's just when I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself. You know what I'm saying?
I already know. I already know.
You know what I mean? But there are times where I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I've been working to try and get it to where I'm feeling myself all the time. You know what I mean? And it's coming. It's coming. But it's been a long process. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, this whole childhood, like my son's mom, me and my mom got into this huge fight one day when I was 17. I'm skipping some experiences too. We just gonna go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? But like when I was 17, um, so I caught an aggravated assault and aggravated trespassing charge, right? So I went to this school, beat this dude up for my baby mama. All right. Go to jail. I couldn't even make it out the darn school property. So I get this job at McDonald's, um, pretty much to pay the dude hospital bills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the court fees and stuff. So during this time, I get a cell phone. I and I make this clear. I got a cell phone. Okay. I come in the house. I think it was like past curfew or something. My mom flips, right? She goes, give me your cell phone. All right. Now, the first time she said, give me your cell phone, I gave it to her. Okay. But then I talked to my grandma about it, and and my grandma asked me one simple question. She says, okay, so like I was saying, my grandmother asked me one simple question, and she was like, "Who pays the bill?" And I'm like, "I pay my bill." And she said, "Okay, you got the phone too, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I got the phone. I pay the bill." And she's like, "So why are you giving the phone to your mom?" And so when she asked for it the second time, I didn't give it to her. I said no. And we kind of got into a little tussle over my phone, you know. And she had told me to get out. So I'm like, all right, bet. And I think at that time my dad was probably he was growing more with the whole MS thing. And so he had rode the scooter in the room and he just like, everybody, let's just calm down and let's think about this, and he's like asking what the problem was. And I can't even remember exactly what I said, but I know I definitely vented. I definitely vented, you know what I'm saying? And um I mean, I know it was something to the effect of, how my mom was acting and the whole fact that, I bought the phone and I pay the bill. You know what I mean? Like you can't regulate something that I pay. I got
Right.
everything on my own and I pay it on my own. I don't care if I'm 17 or not. Like it's mine. And so
So let's definitely backtrack, honey, because I heard baby mama. So at 17, we had a kid already.
nah. He came.
Okay, she became your baby mama later.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah. She
Okay,
became she became baby moms 2 years later.
okay,
I'm lying. I'm lying. The next year. The next year.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So
my
did she
son
put
had
you
my
out?
son. No, she actually didn't put me out. Thanks to my dad. You know what I'm saying? My dad kept me from getting put out. Although he done put me out before on some stuff that wasn't my fault either. You know what I'm saying?
So when you
But
were put out of the home, where were you staying?
so I go to my homeboy crib, my homeboy Jason crib. I go to his crib, and then from there, I make my way to my sister house. My sister stayed out south at the time by the fairgrounds, so I would make my way over there. And then once I got there, I try to make my way to Jackson, but I could never get to Jackson.
And who
I
was
could
in
never.
Jackson?
My grandmother.
Okay, she's in Jackson. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Really, everybody is in Jackson. My grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole family, both sides of the family are in Jackson. You know what I mean? Um, like I had uncle up here too, but so uncle on my dad's side, we not really that close. I don't really have close relationships with my aunts and uncles on my dad's side, except for well, I can't even say we got a close relationship, but I love my aunt Janie though. You know what I'm saying? My aunt Janie, I love her to death. I love all my aunts and uncles. I love my family, but you got the family members that you like. These my people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got a few of those, but um, other than that, my mom's side of the family, that's who I'm closer to. You know what I'm saying? But
So when you were getting put out, how did you make your way back home?
Oh, my mom came and got me. Look, she couldn't, she real deal just couldn't live with the fact that I was put out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all in the heat of the moment. They was mad, they wanted to prove their point. But, she didn't know that I had places to go. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't know that I could really get around the way I was getting around when I got put out the house. You know what I'm saying? So that actually stopped after the last time. Because the last time I went to my sister's house and I was waiting. My grandma had my uncle coming to get me, and my mom had told him not to come because she was gonna come get me from my sister's house. And I remember telling my sister like, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Like she could come, I'm not gonna open the door. You know what I'm saying? My sister called back like, well, you gonna have to open the door because my mama said she not leaving until you open the door. So I tried to go on the back porch and waited out, and my mama walked around to the back. So I went home. I went home. We worked it out.
Oh, at 17, are you still in school and everything? What's going on with that?
So I was in school, but I wasn't in school. I was out of school running the streets more than I was actually in school. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where I was supposed to graduate actually when I was 17. I was supposed to graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? And um remember the start of what was supposed to be my senior year, my guidance counselor was like, look, you're not gonna graduate on time. You know what I'm saying? You need uh 5 half credits to actually be a senior, you know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna have them half credits by May. So at best you're gonna be able to graduate in December of your graduating class year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I wasn't really thinking of never because I didn't care. But she did tell me to enroll at Kona Dope. And that was after I had my little jail stint. I was in jail for like damn near a month. in juvie. You know what I'm saying? For like damn near a month because of that fight. So when I got back from there, I got written up for skipping my fifth period class, which was economics. It's a funny thing about it. I'm skipping my economics class, you know what I'm saying? And so when she finally caught me up, she wrote me up for every absence that I had in her class. And that got me ISS for the entire semester. So my
And what is
guidance counselor
ISS?
is in school
In school
suspension.
suspension?
Yep.
Okay.
Which I kind of got out of that because my sixth period teacher, so I had senior classes, I just wasn't considered a senior, you know what I'm saying? So my English 4 teacher went to school with my aunt, you know what I'm saying, on my dad's side. So she married to my uncle on my dad's side. They went to school together, you know what I'm saying? So at this school was like my principal, my guidance counselor, um, and one of the teachers, two of the teachers, all knew my aunt. They all knew my aunt from like school or just working with her somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, go to Kona Dope, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to graduate whenever you want pretty much. Cause Kona Dope was like, it's literally an adult high school. You know what I'm saying? You take high school classes, but it's ran kind of like college almost, where you only going to school for that class at that time. You know what I'm saying? And then once that class is over, if that's all you need, you out. You can leave. You know what I mean? And so um I was doing that, but I actually had kind of skipped that for about 2 months. About 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Enough until my parents asked about it. You know what I mean? So that's how I started going to Kona adult. But yeah, my sixth period teacher would get me out of ISS for lunch. You know what I'm saying? So I go ISS like first, second period, third period, I go in the cafeteria and help the janitor with the lunch periods, you know what I'm saying, changing the trash and wiping the tables off and shit like that. And then sixth period, I'm going to my English 4 class. So it was like I really wasn't in ISS, you know what I'm saying? So I was winning all around the board in that aspect, but just failing in the real life aspect. You know what I'm saying? And um at Kona, once I got to Kona Dope, oh, it was over. When I say over, it was over. It was over. I really wasn't at the house like that. Say from probably like January of oh 06. Nah, like March. It's like March of '06 to man, I go back to the house. Mm, to like the summer of '07. I wasn't really at the crib like that. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much just I'm in the house. I sleep in the house, but I get up and act like I'm going to school. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad was not working at this time. So he's at the house all the time. So I get up like I'm going to school. I'm out kicking it. I'm everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I hit the block. I hit the mall, smoking all day. And then I hit my girl crib. And that's it. That's how I end the day. You know what I'm saying? Then I go home and do it all over again the next day. You know?
And then so like when you say her house, so was it one of those ordeals where her parents was real cool and they used to just let you pop up over there? Or was
Yep.
she sneaking you in or what was the deal with that?
Nah, they was cool. They was cool. Her pops wasn't really he wasn't really at home like that because he worked a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he worked in a warehouse. So he was gone all day. Yeah, like literally all day till late night. And then he come home, go to sleep. But I'm there till like really I had to be out the house before pops came home. You know what I'm saying? But if I was in there when he came home, he wasn't tripping like that. You know what I'm saying? Just cause I'm not a disrespectful person, so I wasn't trying to just be disrespectful like that at that time anyway. You know, I still respect my elders and everything like that. I was just running the streets. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm probably like one of the rare people that ran the streets and still had like moral codes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be disrespectful like that. You know what I mean? I try to be out before he got to the crib. But if I wasn't out by the time he got to the crib, I'm in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Like they had they upstairs area, like the den area, you know what I'm saying? And they downstairs living room area. They didn't really have the TV in the living room. They just people just come in and chill and sit or
Yeah.
whatever. So if I wasn't gone by the time he came, then I'd be downstairs in that area. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be like,
Uh,
yo, I'm about to get ready to go.
and then she gets pregnant.
So she get pregnant and sure I'm still full fledged hustling. You know what I'm saying? But it was like so when she got pregnant, my homeboy, we had just had a shoot. We had a shootout in the Hardin Hotel. You know what I'm saying? Of Hardin Place. And my homeboy had just died in that joint. Her birthday was that weekend. That's how crazy that was. So my homeboys is the reason I graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? he overheard me talking to this chick who was not my girlfriend. But he heard me telling her, I only needed 5 half credits to graduate. You know what I'm saying? So they thing was, I love getting money. So I couldn't get no money until I got my diploma. And my thing was, I'm a grown ass man. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting this money. But 6 people outweigh one person. So
Right.
I got my diploma. You know what I'm saying? I got my diploma. But I tried them though. Unfortunately, I couldn't do them how I do my parents, where I'd be like, boy, you take me to school. I'm gonna go in the back way, walk out the front door, take the bus to the block, and then I'm on the block hustling. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. Niggas caught me up when I got to the block. I wasn't expecting to run into them. You know what I'm saying? And I ran dead smack into them. So that time they took the pack and took me back to school. But I appreciate them for that. Um, because I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and yeah, yo, so
So they get you off the block until you graduate, and then you
yeah,
graduate,
then I
and now
graduated.
you have a little man.
Yeah. Look, I literally got the whole, all right, you can walk across the stage. It was like the day I found out I was graduating, it was, matter of fact, it was the 16th. All right, boom. They like the 16th of May. They like, you can walk. You graduate. I'm like, bet. All right. The 17th, we had a shootout. Actually, later on the 16th, the police ran down on us. You know what I'm saying? But we got out that situation. I was upstairs in the room celebrating with a little thing. You know what I'm saying? And I had everything in the room with me, so we was cool. So the 17th, we move out that hotel we was trapping in, go to another. We ride this dude. Okay, I'm telling on myself now, but it's okay. Statute of limitations. so, so we get this dude, you know what I'm saying? And when we ride, when we get the hotel key and all that stuff, right? Go back to the room to get his stuff. Well, we should have went directly to the room after taking the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we waited a little bit. So he got to the room before we got to the room. And when we hit that corner, he was waiting. You know what I'm saying? So the shootout jumps off. You know what I mean? That's the 17th. Okay. My homeboy dies in the shootout. So the 9th, no, the 20th is my baby mama birthday. My son is conceived. On the 22nd, I graduate. Okay. On the 24th, I bury my homeboy. You know what I mean? And so that right there was like, that jump was critical for me, because that was my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was going through everything at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents, there was a time my parents, when I was hustling, I understand why now, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, I ain't understand, because to me, I'm like, they don't know that I'm hustling like that. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, they let my friends, my homegirl and her boyfriend stay at the crib. They let them live there, and I couldn't live there.
Damn.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, like it was like that. You know what I'm saying? And so me and him was going back and forth from Nashville to Chattanooga every night. You know what I'm saying? And so on top of me hustling, I worked at Sam's Club too. You know what I mean? So I hustle when I get off the clock, when I'm ready to go to sleep so I can work, we go to chat. I gotta be at work by, was it 12 or 12:30? I think it was 12. I had to be at work by 12 and coming from chat. You know what I'm saying? So there's one particular time, a couple months before he passed, we was coming back from chat. It was raining and I ain't had my lights on, so we got pulled over because I ain't had my lights on. So I tell the cop, like, I mean, in Nashville, they not gonna pull you over for that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna let you keep going, and my lights are automatic. They come on when, it's dawn or whatever. So um he gave me a warning. He was like, just turn them on because we got the light. We make people put their lights on in the rain. I'm like, all right, cool. So as soon as we get back on the interstate, we hydroplane. And when I say scared, man, we hydroplane like, when you coming in from Chattanooga, or even when you going to Chattanooga, you know what I'm saying? You got the little mountains you hit right there. You know what I'm saying? We are on the mountain. I smacked the guardrail, the
Mm.
last little edge of the guardrail. I hit the guardrail and just slid down. The car stopped. I thought we was gone. I thought we was gone. You know what I'm saying? But he was gone a couple months later. You know what I'm saying? A freaking it's my guy, man. But yeah, we did that every night, because he had somewhere he could stay up there. He had a chick that he messed with that went to UTC, and he could stay. So with me coming, we was cool. We was
Right.
cool. You know what I'm saying? But
So tell me, because, you know, especially elders and people who are not knowledgeable about the Black culture and about what goes on in a lot of urban households. It could be just thrown out there that, young men that have lived some of the same experiences that you've gone through are just really just like knuckleheads. Like, like what was preventing you from being the corporate exec or finishing school or, being quote unquote what society says, a resourceful and educated human being, a stand up citizen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, um, I wouldn't really say, I wouldn't say I was knuckleheaded at that time, right? That's what they'll call it. But I would say I've always had this deep sense of I'm here for something more. You know what I'm saying? And that really solely comes from my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the one that constantly spoke positivity into my life. You know what I mean? And so I've always had a feeling that I'm here for a lot more than just to be a puppet. You know what I mean? Like, people that just go to school, go to college, get this corporate job, you know what I'm saying? It might pay you a good amount of money, but that's your life. You a slave, you know what I'm saying? You basically a slave. And I've always looked at it like that. So I never I never held a job for longer than 6 months until I was like 22. You know what I'm saying? And I've only had three jobs for longer than 6 months in my entire life. Just because I couldn't do it. I'm not meant to. live that type of corporate life. You know what I mean? Some of us are here to be workers, you know what I'm saying? And some of us are here to be thinkers and doers, you know what I'm saying? And I feel
So a
like I fell into that.
question is, do you feel like do you feel like you were kind of aimless? Like, was it like you were just like running the streets and hustling, and you know what I'm saying, like about that life because you didn't know how else to be?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like I really had I had no real male guidance. You know what I'm saying? My pops, when he didn't talk down, you know what I'm saying, he's taught me some good lessons, some valuable lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like proper way to handshake, always looking people in their eyes, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Freaking don't do anything, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. you know, he taught me things like that. So I feel like that kind of grounded me, you know what I'm saying? And so I didn't just go off the deep end, but I didn't have any direction at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I was still just feeling my way out. Like I knew music was 9 times out of 10 my way to go. You know what I mean? But I said that confidence thing kind of kicked in. There's one time I dropped a freestyle on my voicemail for somebody that was calling my phone and shooting guns on my voicemail. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, yo, for real, for real. So I left a freestyle on my voicemail for this person, and my dad calls, and I missed the call. So he hears the freestyle, and he just gives me this long speech about how I shouldn't do that, and it shouldn't be on my voicemail, and what if my grandmother heard it, and what I'm saying, how would she feel if I was doing stuff like that? So I took the voicemail down, the greeting down, and I left the generic greeting. And from there, I started to do music with the thought of, I wonder how my grandma feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, what my grandma gonna think about this? But it's my life though. You know what I'm saying? Like, how she gonna feel about this? Cause she don't know this side of me. You know what I mean? Like, she just know what I had to deal with in the house. But she don't know this side of me. Like, she don't know the outcome of what's in the house. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so it was like, yo, my pops had a police officer sit down and talk to me about gang initiations and doing things for gangs and stuff before I even had a thought.
I was about to say just promoted it for you and how to get in a gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's what be
Exactly.
killing me when they be talking about drugs in school. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn, so that drug just does what? And you feel euphoric. Let me look that
Right,
word up, euphoric.
right.
Because it
Also, that's some
sounds
good
pretty
shit.
good.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, you promoted it to me before I even had the thought of it. You know what I'm saying? And like even with that situation, my cousin is the reason why I don't bang today. You know what I'm saying? Cause he wanted to get down under me. You know what I'm saying? When I got the rank and shit, and I'm like, nah. Nah, cause that's all I messed with. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And so being around them guys and knowing what the life is, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, this ain't you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted him to focus on basketball because he liked basketball too, and he liked music too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's what you're gonna do. That's all you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And you do anything else, we gonna have an issue. It's gonna be me and you. You know what I'm saying? So that for me is what steered me away from that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of helped sort of kind of mold my life before my kids came. You know what I'm saying? And I think the kids was like the icing on the cake for, yeah, I need to get this together. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want them to come up how I came up. You know what I'm saying? And freaking hand me downs, you know what I'm saying? Hand me downs, you broke. And that's part of the reason why I started hustling too. You know what I mean? I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. I wanted all my own things, you know what I'm saying? Everything brand new. And the only way I could get that was to hustle. That's it. And shit, it was everywhere around me. You know what I mean? I cleaned my
So
sister.
now,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 go ahead.
So now being, a little older, if you could go back, you know what I'm saying, as a how do you say this manly? 'Cause I was gonna say it's like a fairy. No. But if you was the ghetto Santa Claus that's passing out resources, you know what I'm saying, for our young men that are, in these type of environments where they just don't know to see a different way out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What would you have in that big Santa bag as resources? Like, yo, here, like this is something different you can do. This is how you can get your life together. If like, what would be those resources?
Um, well, one main resource would be Santa would have a number. You know what I'm saying? Santa would have a number and I would give them a number to call. Like you could call me, if you need to talk about anything or you need some guidance, in a situation. Cause really that's all it is. You know what I mean? Is like I got down in a dark place and there was nobody there that could guide me, in the right direction. Like nobody really knew the experiences or, what I'm saying, the things that come with that. And so having to figure that out for myself by watching people make, the mistake, the people I was around make mistakes and my own mistakes. In that Santa bag, it would be a lot of knowledge, a lot of knowledge and a lot of, I would be able to show them different ways of how you can get it. You know what I mean? Like back then, I didn't know that you could get in real estate without any money. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get in real estate with no money. That's like selling dope. But it's legal. You know what I'm saying? It's legal. And a lot of us don't know that, especially in these streets, because we done came up around it. So that's all we know is the streets. You know what I'm saying? And being by yourself is easy to get lost. And it's easy to make the wrong mistake that could get you killed, you know what I'm saying, or get you locked up. Me, I just so happen to be I have a messed up situation growing up, but at the same time, I got a lot of knowledge from it. You know what I'm saying? Like to them, when they were saying things to me, it probably didn't seem like street knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to them, but I mean, it was street knowledge, and it's just a natural order of life. You know what I'm saying? Which people look at the streets, which they should. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not great, but the right people in the streets with the right moral codes. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural order of life. You know what I mean? Like you just don't disrespect certain people. You know what I mean? You don't overstep your boundaries in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Um, think before you act. I had to learn that. I had to learn that. You know, definitely gotta think before you act, because a split second could change your whole life. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so, I mean, that's what would be in that Santa bag. It's just a whole lot of knowledge and experience. But the most important thing
Okay.
would be the number.
The number, conversations,
Yeah.
you know, and um Okay, so I want to go on a little rant real quick. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So like what was very intriguing to me is I had a guest on here previously, and I can't remember if we talked about it during the show or if we talked about it like after, because sometimes like when the shows are over, like I'm on the phone with people for a couple of hours after that, like we still like vibing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And so I can't remember if it was on the show or not, but he said something that was like super profound. And I want you to watch that interview too. It's with Sam Polk,
Okay.
and he's a Leo too. You guys have a lot of the same energy. It's hilarious.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyway, he's from Mississippi, and he is like was he majored in Black history, Black studies, and so he does a lot. He has his own show,
Okay.
Melanated Power Hour.
Okay.
And so yeah, Judge Joe Brown was on there last month. Like he doing big things. He doing big
Okay.
things. Yeah. And he
Yeah.
came
Okay.
up to my little humble show, you know.
Yeah.
But what he said was, you know, like back in slave days, as far as our black men, these aren't his exact words, and just like quoting, summing it up. But he was just like, as far as the men were concerned, you know, like they were, especially if you're a big guy, you know what I'm saying? As a slave, you were made to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
woman to woman here, you were going here. Sometimes you were sold to another farm or plantation, you know what I'm saying, that have sex with people there so that you can create this strong offspring, you know.
Yeah.
And so what we don't pay attention to is that a lot of that is still in our DNA. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so the black woman, you know, being a support system by any means necessary, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot going on. I mean, sons were having sex with their mothers back then. You know, the term
Yeah.
motherfucker, that's where
Yeah.
that comes from. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So our black men were really beat the hell down, literally and emotionally and mentally, and we have always held them up regardless. And so right now, we kind of have that going on in our culture, whereas these our black men are spreading these seeds, honey.
Like
They're
crazy.
spreading these seeds, and they're not around to take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, this goes generation to generation. Their father wasn't there, and their father wasn't there, and then the father that was there was an alcoholic. You know, he was in the war, and he was experimenting with drugs, and so he wasn't there. You know, and so like we have this same repetitive cycle that goes on with our black
Yeah.
men. So, just in your opinion, as a culture of people, this is a big one. As a culture of people, how do we start to make that transformation? Because you're a father of three,
Hmm.
and you know, you fought the battle of trying to get custody. You know, you got a little something, something going on now, you know, but
Yeah.
you fought to be in your children's lives, you know. And I'm sure that I'm not sure, I know that you have
Right.
many males that are around you that are having offspring and are not in their children's lives.
Hmm.
So, as a culture, how do we like start to even switch over this dynamic?
You know, I think first and foremost, it's gonna have to start with the music. It's gonna have to start with the music. Because the music can dictate a culture. You know what I'm saying? And really, when it comes to hip hop music, rap music in general, we dictate numerous cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole world revolves around us. But the thing about it is in our music, we destroy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't destroy anybody but ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Ourselves and our women. And until we can stop doing that, when we can have artists that can produce content to where they're not destroying ourselves, our men and our women, then we can change. that narrative on our culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I think with the women, now I like with the women is kind of like the women empowerment movement through the whole music thing. Women are more feeling themselves, but you still have like the wrong messages. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, the WAP song, it's a dope song as far as artistry and beat. You feel me? Like it's a dope song. I like the song. I'm not gonna lie, I like the song. But the message in the song is not what needs to be promoted. You know what I'm saying? And that is having a detrimental effect on the culture as well. So now you're gonna have our young ladies out here thinking that, they ain't gotta cook, they ain't gotta clean. You know what I'm
But
saying? Just
see, I think it's the dynamic too, like of the breakdown, because there are going to be a lot of women fighting me on this. I don't care. It's just facts. Okay, it's just facts. The man is the head of the household. So
yeah.
when the head of the household is bought down, you know what I mean? It fucks it up for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
So being the women that we are, the black women that we are here to support you by any means necessary, because that's what we've been doing since they bought us here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so right now you guys are spreading seeds. So what are women doing? Spreading legs to help you
Yeah.
spread those seeds.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like the breakdown of the culture. And so I totally understand what you're saying. Like nowadays, we're teaching our younger women, our young girls, we're teaching them how to continue to be separate, how to
Mhm.
continue this dynamic of the separation.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
we
And the
think
same
that,
thing. What I mean.
we're teaching each other how to be strong. Fuck that. You don't need a man. To the girl who lies, lies. Unless you were born
Exactly.
and you were bought here and you like other women. But besides that percentage of women that deal with women on a romantic level, lies, lies. You need a
Hmm.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah.
getting this dynamic going, and I'm just curious, like as a whole, how do we put a halt to it? So now you're saying music and WAP is
Hmm.
the perfect example. So she
Hmm.
said, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you, I got this
Yeah.
ring, you know.
Yeah. And then look, even for even for our young men, you think about like what's that 21 Savage song out that I ain't Mr. Right, but I'm Mr. Right now. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. We teaching them to go chick to chick. Oh, no way. I ain't worried about trying to be Mr. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here right now. We can do this. And then boom, next thing you know, baby. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want it. He don't even like you like that. You know what I mean? So we like I said, we are doing it to ourselves through that music. Once we can get the music, because that's what everybody listens to. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it is, as I grow in this industry, you know what I'm saying, and I study and I learn more, people have said this phrase to me a lot when it comes to making songs. You need to make it so simple that a child can understand it and sing along. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you want me to make something that goes directly to the children and in their little brains for them to soak it all up and be like, oh, okay, so this how I need to be when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? And,
Wow. Yeah.
so and taking that in, it's made it harder for me to make songs. Honestly, it's made it harder for me to make songs because I feel like I could write songs about my experience, but some people might take that as glorifying these things in a way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I tip my hat off to J. Cole, yo. I rock with J. Cole and I rock with Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like Schoolboy Q, all them, Toby Nwagwe, you know what I'm saying? Like I rock with all them, because the messages is not what they
Man.
it's not what they want them to put out, you know what I'm saying? And I like that. I like that because they offer change. Chance the Rapper too. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and them, they don't get as much shine as they should. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't the message that they want out here. You know, if you don't put a song out where you done killed about 15 people by the end of the song, or slept with, you know what I'm saying, 10 different women or 10 different men by the end of the
That's all
song.
imaginary too. That's what killed me because ain't none of them about that life. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like I still
Right.
feel some kind of way about Rick Ross. You know what I mean? When he first hit
Yeah.
the scene, everybody, everybody all on Rick Ross, and then I was like, you was a correctional officer. What? Was you
Yeah.
beating up niggas in there too? What was you in there doing?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying? Like
saying? But
whose cap was you busting? You know what I
right.
mean? Like
Right.
most of them, you go back. I mean, Drake for real though, he got some of them songs too where he be getting at people. Boy, Disney Channel baby, kill it.
Yeah.
You a
Yeah.
thug now?
Right. Right. And you know, people gotta realize that a lot of rappers like that, yo, it's not them, it's the people behind them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta be about that life. It's the people behind them that's about that life. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, we finna protect the bag. He can talk about whatever. We got her. You know what I'm saying? That's
And
where.
that's the key. That's what I wanted you to say. Exactly what you
Mm-hmm.
just said. Is this about the bag? When music
Mm-hmm.
was created, or not when it was created, but when hip hop first hit the scene, you know what I'm saying? And you look at when they was having ciphers on street corners, rap, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was
Yeah.
about. You was living your life, you know what I'm saying? You was rapping, you was telling your story. Like
Yeah.
it was poetry in motion. It was what you was going through. You know what I'm saying? I mean, simple shit. Mama made eggs this morning. She burnt them. They was shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And niggas shit like your shoes right now. Look at, you know what I'm saying? Niggas getting
Yeah.
at each other. You know, having battle
Yeah.
rap. Like that's what it was about. And now it has become about the bag. So it's not genuine. It's not teaching. You know what I'm saying? It's all this facade. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not about the actual art
Yeah.
anymore. It's about the
Exactly.
bag.
Yep. Yep. That's
And
all
I
it's
don't know if
about.
you watched that. I didn't watch it. um, but that I guess Jeezy and Gucci Mane had their little
Versus battle.
yeah. And so one of the arguments that I was listening to was basically, you know, Gucci Man talking about what he wearing, what he got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All this money he got.
Yeah.
And Jeezy like, but
We got
nigga,
real
I
estate
own
over here.
property. Right.
Yep.
We got real estate. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like you spending all this money on somebody else's name, bro, but you
Yep.
ain't investing in yourself or your community.
Yep.
That's the difference. That's
Yeah.
the bag. And then the
Yep.
other side is the art. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's a not ooh. The other thing is, for everybody that gets there, you know what I'm saying? That don't give back to the community, you know what I'm saying, or don't invest in the real estate, you know what I'm saying? They just they sold. You know what I'm saying? They sold for the bag. You know what I mean? So you gonna tear us down, you gonna put everything negative out there, and then you gonna watch us burn with everybody that wants us to burn. You know what I'm saying? And think that once we gone, they gonna show you the same love, but they not. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get rid of you too. So I'm like, that's one thing I'm not for, you know. Like I got plans, yo. I got plans because I want to get into the real estate. You know what I mean? Like I want to build a whole community. If I can, I'm on some. I want to be like Akon with my own city. You know what I'm saying? My own city. I've been trying to figure out how to buy a county from the state. You know what I mean? Like,
Me yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm
Me
saying? Because
yeah.
we get in there, if we can start getting it like that, then everything will definitely change. You know what I'm saying? And as history shows us, every time we do come together as one, you know what I'm saying, without the negativity and we actually building each other up, they destroy us immediately. They will do something to destroy us immediately.
They
You know what I'm
destroy us and
saying?
then take our idea.
And look, and sell it back to us like they just came up with it. And then you got people that'll actually be like, oh, yeah, I'm about it. I like that. Bro, that was ours first. How about you don't buy it? You know what I mean? Keep buying it from us and we can come up. You know what I mean? But you know, it is a long way to go. But I do have a lot of confidence in the youth. With everything that's
Exactly.
been going on in the world, all the police killings and like this bombing downtown and everything, like all the hatred in the world, I have seen a lot of promise from the youth. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like the youth, they're more united than we are.
Definitely.
And
And they're questioning a lot. Like,
they are.
why the hell are you working that job all day and you hate it? I'd rather sit
Exactly.
here and do nothing than to do what you're doing. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We have
Yeah.
so many millionaires at this point that are under 21. It's crazy. And I
It's
mean,
crazy.
starting little minor businesses and then it freaking takes off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we went on a tangent. Well, it's not actually a tangent. We're still talking about the same thing.
Right.
But so we feel like music is definitely a major thing to help evolve our culture and bring us back to
Yeah.
our fundamental needs as a culture. So
Yeah.
what else do you think
Well, I think we should change that. Music is the big part, but I think we should say the entertainment industry in general,
in a
all
general?
around. Because we also have to have our black actors that they have to be more like the Denzels or Wesley Snipes or Samuel Jacksons, you know what I'm saying? The Angela Bassett's, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't take roles that are demeaning to our culture, you know. And we have so many black actors that are willing to do that because of the bag, but if
Steve
we
Harvey
stop,
made that very clear.
right, right, but he was so right though. He was so right though. You know what I'm saying? He was so right because he was the prime example. You know what I mean? Like,
Perfect example of the bag.
yeah,
Nigga, see
if we
monkey do monkey.
exactly, exactly. I'm like, yo, if we stop taking those roads, that'll get us further along as well. And then we have to I feel like we need more black educators. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need more black educators. Ones that actually love to teach and have a passion for educating and not somebody who had an idea to educate and then when they got into it was like, I fucking hate this shit. you know,
No, I got
uh,
you. Right.
the ones that really love to educate and are passionate about it, they gonna make sure that we get what we need, and the real deal, not the whitewashed. Let me teach you about Christopher Columbus discovering America that he really didn't
Right, right, right,
discover.
right. That
You
bullshit
know what I'm
right there.
saying?
That
Yeah,
bullshit right there.
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, nah, y'all really
What happened
gonna
to the Native Americans or Indians, whatever? I don't know what's politically correct anymore.
right, right.
But if it was people here before you, Ninja, you did not discover the land.
You didn't discover nothing.
Sorry.
You got lost and came over here and they was like, what's up? We cool over here. And then you decide to take it over. But that's what we need. And then finally, it takes us. You know what I'm saying? We need our black men, myself included, you know what I'm saying, to actually stand up and fight with one another. You know what I'm saying? And actually be men and be in our children's lives, you know what I'm saying? Especially our young boys, because
That
they
part.
need it.
I've been
They need it.
challenging a lot of the males that I know. Y'all want something to fight about. Fight over the fact that that's your homeboy, that's your best friend, and he ain't seen his son in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, why
Yeah.
you ain't up on your guy?
Yep.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Why ain't you telling him like, man, what's up with that? Nah, nigga, you can't kick it with us until you go see about your shorty, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Forget that chick. You ain't gotta deal with her like that. But what about your shorty?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, I think it has to be a lot of peer, you know what I'm saying, consequences amongst each other. Like, man, like, cause back in the day, we're tribal people. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? That's why we care about what each other thinks. Because back in the day, you were kicked out of the tribe, bro. Like you were sent,
Exactly.
you were sent
You were
by
exiled.
yourself. You were
Yeah.
exiled. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you weren't
Yeah.
doing right by your people.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And so now we killing each other over unnecessary shit. And I'm not never gonna condone murder, but I'm saying if you gonna murder the motherfucker because he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing for the
Yeah.
culture, for our people. Not
Yeah.
because of, y'all got drunk one night and nigga was talking too much. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I got time for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Exactly. Because it's like, and I could say that'll probably be another thing in the saddlebag too. When it comes to um being a young single father. You know what I'm saying? Or young co-parenting father, should I say? You know what I'm saying? Like my initial thought when he was first born was it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the bag, I gotta keep this money up. He gonna be straight. But in all actuality, it's all about time. You know what I'm saying? Time is gonna outweigh money. We could be the poorest motherfuckers in the world. You know what I'm saying? But that time gonna feel like everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. And it's what you do with the time that matters. So like my son, of course, I got all the kids. I got 3 kids, but I got 2 girls. So my son is my only son, you know what I'm saying? So I got high expectations for him. You know what I mean? And he got high expectations for himself. I feel like sometimes he don't really live up to those expectations, but like I tell him, that's what I'm here for, because I'm gonna push you to that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna reach that. The motto
But
here
at least
is
to have some expectations to live up to. Because you know
exactly.
what I noticed the difference? Like people watch movies just to watch movies. Like I'm a researcher. So I definitely watch movies to gain some type of knowledge. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Hmm.
I noticed the difference when I'm watching the movies, with these rich Caucasian people, and the difference in when I'm watching one of our flicks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the deal is that they come out the womb pointed to greatness.
Hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We come out the womb, some of us come out the womb depressed because of all of the
Right.
stuff that's been going on in the womb. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you get out of the womb, and then it's like there's no money, there's no food. Mama is going to school and working, so you raising not only yourself but other siblings. You know what I'm saying? And then so
Hmm.
you get used to this hard knock. You get used to people telling you, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna be shit." You know what I'm saying? Or you get used to feeling like, "Oh, I'm always gonna be broke." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
you get caught in this self talk, and the self talk is crucial because it's your motivation. It's how you perceive the world. It's how you live. It's your demotivation. It's everything. What you tell yourself, and then
Hmm.
what you tell your children. It's
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
Like even the kid that couldn't find his talent. He didn't know what the hell it was, and people considered him a damn knucklehead. But his parents was rich as hell. So in his life, he spent time, trying a thousand different careers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Until he freaking figured it out. But you got this same little black boy born over here. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
he's dead at 19
Yeah.
because that's what he thought was going to happen anyway. Like, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm selling drugs because this is what I need to do. My family hungry. Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
start robbing people. I want what you got, so I'm coming to take it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And then they
Yeah.
go full throttle at it, and at 19 they okay dying because it's like, yo, I didn't live my purpose, bro. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't came here.
Exactly.
I didn't took from you niggas so that we could eat. I'm good. Like
Yeah.
I didn't experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he experienced everything. And yeah, like you said, it is what we need, and that's what I tell my son all the time. I tell all my kids like, y'all will all be great at whatever you want to do. You gotta dedicate yourself to it and go get it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will ever believe in your dreams if you don't believe in your dreams. You got to believe in them first before anything. So we don't take no's. You know what I'm saying? We don't take no's. I mean, failure is not failures. They're lessons as long as you're learning from them. You know what I'm saying? And every day we wake up to be better than we was the day before. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we operate in the crib. Like I tell them, when you walk out the door is greatness. Everything in this house and coming out of this house is greatness. And I be telling them, like, I know daddy goes by greatness when I'm doing music, but I mean that. That's why I made that my name. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, my company's name is the realm of greatness. It's just everything is greatness. It's gonna be greatness, especially coming from us. you know, and so it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But I see great things. My son want to go to the NBA, and so I never tear him down, but I'm gonna tell him what's real. You know what I'm saying? So he can get there, but when he don't be working like, I'm like, bro, you not working like you trying to get to the league, bro. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right,
you got to do something, man. I think you just like being on the team. You don't really want to get to the league because you ain't working like that. Ball ain't life for you. You know what I'm saying? Like ball
right.
gotta be life. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do everything toward basketball. Everything is centered around basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll get it. He just kind of he's slow rolling with it. Typical kid about to be a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So
I
what do
see.
you say to the to the 18 and 19-year-old right now? You know what I'm saying? His mama was a thought. He don't respect women. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
in his 18 and 19 years, he done seen 18 and 19 mofos come through that door. You know what I'm saying? Mama
Yeah.
got 5 kids. They all got different daddies. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you
Yeah.
don't even know where she at. You
Yeah.
know, and you caught up in these streets, and there's something in you that feels like this ain't life. But I mean, what you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no support system.
Yeah.
You ain't even got that grandma to put the good bug in your ear. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you tell him?
I tell them don't let circumstances define your purpose.
Whew,
You know what I'm saying? And that's a major experience. You know what I mean? Because all in all, the circumstances were defining my purpose at first. You know what I'm saying? But once I got that direction, once you can get that direction, you just go with it. Nothing else matters. You know what I'm saying? You literally have to fully immerse yourself in it and let everything just flow how they flow. But your circumstances should never define your purpose. We all got to start from somewhere. We all got to have a background story. We all like what they call it in the comics, the origin story. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? We all got to have an origin story, and everybody origin can't be the same. You know what I'm saying? So some's tougher than others. Some people get the cakewalk. You know what I mean? But the cakewalk people end up having a tougher time in life sometimes. You know, so the circumstances can't define your purpose. That's exactly what I would tell them. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
I wish
love
somebody
that.
had.
I love that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Look, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I
That's a good one.
appreciate it. Hey, I
I
wish
like
somebody had
that.
told me that. I wish somebody had told me that when I was a kid. You
Tell
know what
me
I'm
that,
saying?
and then follow that up behind like you're going through this tough shit young. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it's
yeah.
cool because now you're setting yourself up for when you get older. You don't have to work as hard as everybody else says because you done learned these hardcore lessons super
Ex-
young.
exactly,
Life done
exactly.
already kicked your ass.
Already, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like you ready for the storm, everything. You good,
That's
but
what's up. So you've come a long way. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Almost not freaking finishing high school. You know what I'm saying? You were very fortunate enough to have some older guys in your life that took the pack. Was like, no,
Right?
take your ass to school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
love. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, you've been in shootouts. You know what I'm saying? You've done, what we call, you've lived that street life. You've had periods of living that street life.
Yeah.
So now tell me kind of like what you're doing, and then what are like some of your aspirations.
Well, right now, I own a cleaning franchise. It's called the Realm of Greatness. So actually, my entire corporation is called the Realm of Greatness. And so I plan on basically the Realm of Greatness is gonna be like an umbrella corp. Um, and I've got the cleaning franchise under it. We've got the Shopify store. The realmofgreatness.com. Um, and then the music. And those are just my three immediate things that I have going on at the moment, which they've all kind of been in the music always, but the Shopify store and the cleaning franchise are new additions, and so I've just been navigating through the cleaning realm.
Of course. And I mean, like, this needs to be understood, because a lot of people don't know how hard it is to work for yourself.
Oh
like
man.
like it's very easy for somebody to dictate to you what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, and how you're supposed to be doing it. But when you
Yeah,
work for yourself, you have to set these boundaries
yeah.
and to set your work goal for the day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? How many hours you're putting in to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot that goes into running your own business. And then on
yeah,
top of that, when you have, like, you got three things going on. To me, that's a lot. I know because I run two businesses,
yeah.
and I know that that is a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. It's running three. I'm telling you, it's I operate on almost no sleep. So have started to structure my days, which I just started this last week. So I'm gonna see how it goes next week. This week will be a short week for me as far as the cleaning. So next week I'll be able to see for sure how it'll feel for an entire week. But I've started structuring my days to where I might go to sleep at like 7 or 8 o'clock. I try to go to sleep at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, but I get up at 1:45 and I go clean. Um, I'm in my building by 2:30 and I'm done by 4. So from 4 to about 6, I take that time to really focus on myself and get myself right for the day. And I like to do it after cleaning that building because it's a little frustrating to clean that building because of how they are in there. And so I take that time to get myself right. I can meditate, uh, and get my schedule for the day down, figure out what I'm gonna do some reading, try to do a little research before the wife gets up. She gets up at like 6:30, 6:45 ish. So I try to do all that before she gets up, and then we've got our little morning time to talk about the day and stuff like that. But once everyone's gone, I'm in the studio working on music. I plan on releasing. I just released a video on my YouTube channel. Greatness is the channel. I just made it, so that's why I had to look like that. I just made it. But it's Greatness, I believe, is my YouTube channel, and I got a video on there. It's called Checkmate. So y'all go check that out. Give me some views, share it, like it. Let me know. Um, and I have a movie role upcoming with some friends of mine. It's a comedian by the name of Jess Will. Actually, they do a podcast type of thing too. They have things going on Monday through Saturday, I believe. But I've appeared on. They have a show called Flex on Fridays. It's every other Friday with Antoine Baines. So I done been on there a couple of times. for the
And so what do
music.
y'all do on there? Y'all freestyle, rap, present songs? What y'all do on there?
So they play all local artists. They play all local
Okay.
artists' music, and so they've got two of my songs, I believe, that they play. They've got a few of my songs, but they play two of them. They spin, and so I've done a couple interviews on there, a couple freestyles on there, And I was telling him, I was like, I haven't mastered. This is where my confidence plays with me, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't really just mastered freestyling in front of a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Or over the radio. So it kind of plays with me, and I be telling them all the time, like, yeah, so I'm a little nervous.
And that's okay though. And you know what's so great about that too is the meditation, man. Like meditation helps. Like I cannot. Like I'm about to start. I got some things that I'm constructing right now as far as programs that I'm about to be offering. And like, yo, that's the basis of every freaking program I'm writing, every coaching session, every all of that is meditation because as I've told you and you know personally, because we have freaking our own private personal conversations, man. So you know
Yeah,
I'm a walking experiment.
yeah,
Everything that I teach, I've experimented on myself with, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And so the meditation, I'm a lab rat.
yeah.
The
Already.
meditation has been key. And like, you know, I was telling you a while ago, like, I didn't even know I had anxiety issues. You know what I'm saying? Until
Yeah,
I started peeling back layers. You know what I mean? And I can become very anxious. And then I am, one of my exes called me the colonel. Because when it's time to execute some shit, like I'm on everybody. This is a well-oiled machine. You need to do this. You need to do this. I'm doing this. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to move,
yeah,
or April is
yeah,
upset. Like it's about to be World War III. You know.
yeah,
And so sometimes even with that, you know, it's all this energy, it's anxious, nervous energy. And when I just stop and go into that breath that I'm so familiar with, that my body's so familiar with from meditation, it's like the world stops, time stops, everything
hmm
stops.
yeah,
And then, like, for me, I tell myself, like, I'm doing this for everybody.
yeah.
Like, and it brings everything down. Like, yo, this ain't even about me. And there's no way to fuck up.
Right.
There's no way to fuck up.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, what you worried about? Like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful, you know, challenges I'm starting to look at as beautiful things. People like are looking at me crazy, but I'm like, oh, you got a problem? That's good. I'm excited for you. Cause it's a new
Yeah.
journey, yo. Like figuring that shit out is great. It's great. It's like watching a baby learn how to walk and they keep bumping their ass. You know, they fall how they fall on that diaper real heavy, like boop. You
Yep.
like, damn. Okay, go ahead and get back up. You got that. You got that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that's how it feels when people have challenges. That's how it feels to me. It's like, oh man, like you got an opportunity to grow,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It is. It is.
So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It is. It is, yo. Just and thinking about it, once you get past it, you can look back and just see how much you grew from that. It's like the best feeling, one of the best feelings in the world.
Best feeling in the world, nigga. I told you last year. I was like, we're gonna look back on this.
Yep. Yeah.
And it didn't even take a year.
No, at
And I done
all.
said that a couple of different times. One time it took a year, and I think this last time we're not even done with the year.
Right. Right. It just took a couple months.
That part, it took a couple of
Yeah.
months. I remember calling you. I said, friend, I'm working on something.
Yeah.
I'm about to manifest the money by
Yeah.
doing nothing but meditating. And I told you I got my journal, you know what I'm saying? And I write
Yeah.
about what my life is going to be, whether it's that day or a futuristic day, but I write down my damn day. And
Yeah.
then, like, even as I go back and read what I used to write, like, some of it is coming about right now. Like, it doesn't look like you think it's gonna look, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's coming about. It's like,
Yeah.
damn. Like
Yeah.
this create your own reality shit is so real. And this is
Right.
like a video game. I was listening to someone tell a story about a young man, and he's like buck wild. You know what I'm saying? Like he likes to live life. He pushes it to the edge, fast car driver. You know what I'm saying? Always in the fights. Like it's like he's pushing everything to the brink of his own life at some point.
Uh-huh.
And so there was negative talk about that. And I was like, yo, he's really living life. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
kind of adrenaline rush is that? You know what I'm saying? To go 120 from stoplight to stoplight.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
how
gotta
many
be
people
awesome.
can say that they've pushed it to the brink and bought it back?
Right.
Not a lot. So, like,
At
let's
all.
just don't judge that young man. Let's tell me where he at in 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Because
what
that's
I'm
what
saying? Because
matters.
I know he's gonna be further than most of us.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
And what he's contributing to consciousness, and that helps me out a lot too, is what am I doing to contribute to human consciousness? Because it's all connected. We are only as strong as our weakest link.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
We are as
Yeah.
strong as our weakest link.
Yeah.
So, yo, this has been such a pleasure. I want to thank you for taking time out because I know you have such a busy schedule. You really do.
Yeah.
You got babies over there, you got a wifey, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. No
On
problem.
top of businesses, you got to live real life too. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate you taking the time out. Yo, so give us some information. Give us your YouTube, your social media, your websites, and all of that.
All right. So the Shopify store, like I said, is the realmofgreatness.com. Um YouTube is greatness, I believe. I'm sorry. I literally just made that one, but I believe it's greatness. Um what's the other one? The IG is infinite spit, infinite underscore spit, I believe on that one. Or it could be just one whole word, infinite spit. Yeah, I don't really be on social media like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to remember my social medias, but YouTube, Infinite Spit, Facebook. So Facebook, you can Facebook the Realm of Greatness, you can Facebook Infinite Spit, and you can also Facebook Brandon Norton. And I could try and keep you updated on all those from my main page, but um I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I've designed shoes. I've designed some shoes that I will be promoting on Facebook. And those are through aliveshoes.com. I have the links on Facebook to the shoes. It's a male and female pair, but I believe they're unisex. So, the women could get both pair, men could get both pair. And I'll have more coming from that side as well. My design genes is kicking in. It's just all creativity, everything creative.
Yes.
I also have so the wife has a cricket machine. She's doing cricket things, making things of such. Um,
Well, describe what that is for people that don't know what a cricket machine is.
a cricket machine. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Okay. So a cricket machine is like you know how you see like vinyl on top on all different types of things, people phone cases. Actually, she made these pants. If I hold them up right, see this?
Yeah.
This is done from the Cricut machine. So
Oh, okay. I got
she
you.
designs, like she'll make the little design or purchase the template and she'll print it out. The Cricut machine cuts it and it's like a vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So this
Yeah.
is permanent vinyl. Um, it won't come off when it's washed. you know. But she could do clothing, um, cups. She's got a cup around here. Look, one more second. Okay. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
she made that.
So she can do it on anything, cups
Yeah.
and objects. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Cups and objects.
I mean
Oh,
clothes and
clothes. Yeah.
objects.
Yeah. Yeah. Clothes and objects. And so we got that going on. So um we're gonna start kicking out some merchandise here soon. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
'cause I also have an idea. We got the clothing line coming up. Mine is called Boy. You know what I'm saying? Bet on you. That's what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm just trying to get it all.
Get it all out there. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking. Yo, when I got, I was telling you earlier, I received the prophecy or whatever. And yo, like that was one of the things. She was like, I just see you. You got your hands in a lot of stuff, you know? And then I was like, thank you, God, for saying that because, I'm a Gemini. And sometimes that energy is very scattered because I have so many ideas. And it's just like, but you have to complete, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, so my brain be going through it like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, but I gotta finish this, I gotta finish that. So like I'll get it figured out. And I noticed too that everything happens in divine time. Like
Yeah.
it just hits you to do it, and then you gotta make that move to do it and it'll work out. Like definitely. So I feel you. We on the same plane. We on the same
Yeah.
plane.
Oh
We got
yeah.
we got that entrepreneurial gene in us. We
Yeah.
wasn't meant to work for nobody.
Right. At all.
you
At all.
know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So look, I told who was it? I think I told somebody at a store randomly um about a job. I said, y'all don't work a job. I'm a job creator.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I create jobs out here. They can come work for me and it won't be like working at any other company. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna treat you good.
Right? I set up
Definitely gonna treat
payroll the
you good.
other day or like a few months ago, and I was like, I am really setting up a fucking payroll.
Yeah, look, that's what I'm in the process of doing now. And I'm like, yo, I'm setting up a payroll, like I'm about to sign this check.
Ain't that
Word.
crazy?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. So I mean, it's exciting too, though. At the same time, but just thinking about how much I've been through. I actually told my mother-in-law Saturday. I was like, "Yo, this has been a grind." You know what I'm saying? It's been a grind. I done from the childhood to building up to having some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even when we met and I popped out in the Malibu and shit. You know what I'm saying? To losing all of that all over again. You know what I mean? And having to climb right back up. So it's an unbelievable feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I I honestly didn't think I was gonna be in this position. You know what I'm saying? Like for a second, it was like I don't think I'm gonna make it. I
I
don't
know
think-
it. And I kept telling you, I was like, you're being stripped of everything so you can start over, start with a
Yeah,
fresh slate. And you
yeah,
you took that shit and ran with it, bro.
yeah, yeah.
You ran with it and still
Yeah.
running.
Still running. I
We
told you I
sprinting.
would though. Hey, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's
Man, so close us out. Tell me, give us something to close out on, Mr. Greatness.
well,
You're great. I'm thrive everything, baby. You thrive everywhere. Yo, like that's just a whole movement out here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've
You know
been
what
my
I'm
whole life turning up. You know what I'm saying? So I can teach people how to thrive. Whether I was
saying?
depressed, down in the slumps, nobody knew because I was still thriving, baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, well, let me see what I got. Like fresh out the coal mine, turned into the diamond. It's you thriving greatness, and it's all perfect timing, divine. And you know me when I'm rhyming, scheming, gotta come up with the flyers. Now my time is about to end. I'm about to get it in the studio once again to drop these hits with that pen that I use in my head, and I get off all the time like I don't have no sense in my mind sometimes, but I get them sense with the dollars that I make in this scheme, you know.
Yeah. Now, having said that, we want to thank everybody for their time today. I appreciate you guys tuning in to all of our interviews with us. And mind you, we are dealing with real business professionals that decided to come chill and do raw interviews with America's favorite life coach, everybody's home girl. It's your girl, AP, owner and founder of You Thrive Coaching. And I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and giving us your time. Again, you guys are loved and we are signing out. Peace.
Yeah.